Hello from the One True Scale. This video tests 3 generations of Tokyu N scale trams from Modemo on a KATO UNITRAM layout with turnouts. 2 generations represent the Tokyu Tamaden line that ran along a highway from Tokyo Shibuya to the Tama River until its closure in 1969. At left is the very streamlined, articulated Deha 200 from 1955. At lower and upper right are 2 examples of the Deha 150 linked tram from 1964. A 5-kilometer segment of this network, called the Setagaya line, has survived from closure to present day. It runs only on private right-of-way, not streets. Deha 150s migrated to this line until replaced in 2000 by the Deha 300 articulated trams shown. Unfortunately, my Deha 150s were essentially unrunnable, so I'll get that test out of the way first. I could only get them to move with full 12-volt power from a KATO SX controller. With clean track and wheels, the solid green wouldn't make it all the way around the layout curves, and the two-tone green wouldn't make it past the turnouts and crossovers. I had to keep reversing the controller and nudging both of them, as you can see. The motor units don't seem to have a flywheel. They have one powered truck with traction tires and no contacts, and one unpowered truck with contacts on just 2 axles. The unpowered unit actually has 4 contact axles for the lights. A possible fix might be to run wires from the unpowered unit to help the powered unit. After that frustration, let's just do a little tram spotting. Since we can't run a middle generation Deha 150, let's pretend a vintage Deha 200 survived to present day to run with the Deha 300s. And I guess we have to pretend that street running survived on this line, and Japan never really was left-hand traffic. I like that the Deha 300 looks generically like many trams in Europe and North America. It seems a possible contender for a repaint or kit bash into a San Francisco Muni Italian Breda light rail vehicle. Now let's get a better look at this layout. We'll go up in the sky with Captain Steve in Chopper 9. We'll follow that blue Deha 300 at the tram stop for a full 2-way circuit of the layout in about a minute. And there's the tram stop we started from. Let's go up higher for a full view of the layout. We'll follow the blue tram from the left tram stop for an opposite circuit of the layout. I made all of this with KATO UNITRAM street track and road plates and KATO downtown buildings. I think it makes a pretty impressive city layout, snapping together with a few tools and no paint or glue. It's the coolest layout I could come up with two KATO V60 right-hand traffic sets. I added 4 turnouts and a crossover for running variations, and 2 or 3 40-820 road plate sets to fill voids. But I had to hide the conflicting left-hand traffic arrows of these sets with cars. I'm planning to show more technical details of Unitram layouts like this in future videos. Finally, now to the technical testing of the Deha 300 and 200, which fortunately are very similar performance. Since street running is prototypically very slow, the biggest challenge is running the turnouts without power stalls or derails. I call the second and third of the 4 turnout curves from the camera the torture curves. In 382 millimeters of torture curve track length, a tram must negotiate points, frog, 30-degree cross, 30-degree cross, frog, and points. With all 4 turnouts set to curve, 5 trams are on the same circuit with a KATO SX controller. Although all 5 are very close in speed, the slowest minimum speed of the group is usually set by the Aqua Deha 300. The 382 millimeter torture curve is traversed in 5 to 5.5 seconds, which is a very good 39 kilometers an hour in Japanese 1 to 1/50th scale. Back to the alternating and reversing turnout settings, curving from right. I like to let 2 of the Deha 300s run caught up with each other as if they're coupled together. I don't think the Japanese prototypes do this, but in San Francisco, the Breda LRVs run this way often. Setting is back to curving from left. Besides having a very good slow speed, the Modemo Deha 300s are heavy. In slow collisions, they resist derailing, and I almost never see them derail on turnout points. The Modemo Deha 200 is light and has a complicated asymmetric articulation and springing of the center axle. Running pantograph forward, the center axle sometimes lifts in turns and sometimes causes derailments on turnout points. All of my Unitram videos are as much a test of the performance of the KATO UNITRAM system as of the trams themselves. This is especially true of this central crossing section where we have 8 turnout points, 8 turnout frogs, 4 30-degree crossings and 4 90-degree crossings performing essentially flawlessly. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please stay tuned for More videos on many types of trams and street running freight. Kids, I told you not to roughhouse with Grandpa. Now cut it out.